Kindly be seated. We are about to start our seminar session. We hope that all of you have dropped your cards. So there is a pleasant surprise at the end. So please don't go away before this session. Kindly be seated. Please be seated. For the formal welcome, I invite the chairman of this function, Mr. Riaz Ahmed, MD of Habal Group of Hotels, please.
Distinguished dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. Today, the second session of today's seminar is titled Evolution in Tourism Trends. Today we have with us Mr. Deepak Deva, Managing Director of Sita, Commander Sam, Managing Director of Calypso Adventures, and Chef Siddiq Mohammed. They'll be speaking on the evolution that is happening in our industry. Friends, tourism trends have throughout been in a flux. Early humans traveled for hunting or food gathering, or they evolved to trade, pilgrimage, studies, migration, exploration, etc. Tourism trends reflect evolving patterns and preferences in travel, influenced by factors such as technological advancements, socio-economic shifts, and changing consumer behavior. Tourism in earlier days was considered an expensive and not affordable for everybody, only for the rich. Travel has over time become easier, quicker, and more affordable. Tourism today is categorized into different types. There's just leisure, business, adventure, beach, culture, eco, medical, wildlife, etc., etc. There's nothing that is left behind. We have come a long way from the 17th century when noblemen from Western and Northern Europe embarked on a trip to discover new land, to today when travel is fast, affordable, and done for a myriad of reasons. Let us hear from the learned speakers today how tourism has evolved over the years and what it holds for us in the future. With these words, I welcome the eminent speakers as well as all of you ladies and gentlemen to this session of the seminar, which is titled Evolution in Tourism Trends. Thank you very much.
Chairman of the function, Mr. Riaz Ahmed, moderator, Mr. E.M. Najib, esteemed panelist, moderator, ladies and gentlemen, I also recognize the presence of past President Ms. Johnny and other esteemed members of Travel Fraternity. Good afternoon and a warm welcome once again to this session. It's my proud privilege to introduce this esteemed speakers to you. Mr. Deepak Deva, Managing Director, Travel Corporation India Limited, India's largest inbound travel company. In his role as MD TCI, he leads TCI, Sida, Distant Frontiers, Villa Sita, and Go Vacation, a group of iconic travel brands that are market leaders and inbound tourism to India from UK, Germany, France, Russia, Spain, Portugal, and Japan. Mr. Deva's extensive leadership experience, deep knowledge of the inbound industry, his focus on people, technology, and excellence have helped TCI grow into the most awarded travel company in the country for the past 17 years. With his deep commitment to the environment, diversity, and inclusion, Mr. Deva has built TCI into an organization which is an equal opportunity employer that is also strongly focused on sustainability. He is the chair of FICCI Tourism and Culture Committee. He is a member of the Governing Council of the Responsible Tourism Society of India, member of WTTCI, that is World Travel and Tourism Council of India, and permanent invitee to the Executive Committee of the Indian Heritage Hotels Association. The second speaker is Commander Sam. Yes, you can welcome him once again. Thank you. Commander Sam T. Samuel. Along with his business partner, Commander Thomas Zakaria, pioneered adventure tourism in Kerala with the founding of Calypso Adventures in 2000. After Commander Sam's retirement from the Indian Navy, leveraging their naval experience, they introduced a range of adventure activities uniquely suited to the Kerala's landscape. From kayaking in the backwaters to mountain, biking, trekking, and bird watching in the hills and countryside. They were also the first to bring whitewater rafting and bungee jumping to the region. Calypso Adventures has won the state award for the best adventure tour operator multiple times and received national recognition through the FICCI Award and National Award for the best adventure tour operator. Their trailblazing approach firmly established Kerala as a destination for offbeat adventure travel, attracting both domestic and international tourists. Welcome. And the third speaker yet to be arrived. He is on his way, I think because of the traffic. He'll be reaching here at any moment. In his absence here, I would like to read out his profile as well. Chef Siddiq has 40 years of experience in the hospitality industry. He is having rich experience in managing exacting kitchens has helped him enhance and none of his culinary skills. Chef Siddiq has worked at the flagship Taj property in Mumbai, Vivanta by Taj Malabar and Taj Fisherman's Cove, Taj Calicut and Taj Clubhouse, among others, of which 22 years. He has worked as an executive chef. He has also worked in the kitchens at the south of France, Singapore and Cape Town and UAE. Since 2017, he runs a restaurant and hotel consultancy outlet called Kitchen Affairs, dealing with entire back of the house planning, designing, curation of menus, trials, trainings, sourcing of CCG, food photography, coordination with branding and marketing agencies, and turnkey operations. Also does audits, corrections, trainings, etc. on a retainership basis for existing F&B outlets and hotels. He has completed 27 projects ranging from 5-star to large restaurants, specialty dines, resto bars, pubs, cafe and coffee shop and dels in India and abroad. So once again, I welcome all these esteemed panelists, and I would like to invite our moderator, Mr. Do you want to speak? Would you like? Mr. E.M. Najib, our past president.
Friends, in my enthusiasm, I forgot to welcome him. I welcomed everybody, but when I came back, I just saw his face. So I thought, he says that why you didn't welcome me. So I said, you are one of us, so welcome is not needed. But in all, in all humility, I say, I'm so pleased to welcome E.M. Najib. He's the Managing Director of Air Travel Enterprises and the past President of Kerala Travel Mart Society. Thank you.
Thank you, Riyaz. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Are you sleeping or are you awake after a good lunch, biryani or chicken curry and everything? You're okay? Yeah. Active? Yeah. Okay. Riyaz, thank you very much for that introduction. My good friends, Deepak Dave Mr. Commander Sam, Lily, our past presidents, Mr. Jose Dominic, veteran Jose Dominic, and Johnny, and all dear friends. You know, evolution of tourism trends is very easy because our journey started with Kerala tourism in 90s. At that time, few of us were there, like Jose, Riaz, Johnny, and all of us were there. Journey is when we started, we had nothing. We had nature, we had our culture, we have our cuisine. That's it. That is nothing. Nothing means, oh, this is not nothing. This is something, okay, fine. Excellent. That's a good point. We had no hotels, no established destinations, well-established destinations, and no roads to the destination, and no facilities, and no infrastructure, no marketing. At that point of time, we had a meeting in Kanagakundu Palace at Trivandrum with the Department of Tourism officials like K. Jaguar was the IAS was the Director of Tourism, and Balakrishnan as the KTDC Managing Director, and some of us gathered together and decided to promote Kerala as a tourism destination. And in that meeting, we have decided to participate in the first ITB Berlin and subsequently later WTM Berlin. And we had 2-3 stalls like, at that time, not CGH Casino, then Somathiram and our company, Great India 2 Company, and Abad group of hotels. So this is the way we started. We have what we have done is we have invited travel writers to our destination. We realized that somebody should promote us or somebody should project us. They came, they saw, like she said, astonished about the beauty of Kerala. Astonished about the backwaters of Kerala, hill stations of Kerala, cuisine, culture, festivals and everything. So hundreds and thousands of beautiful photographs of Kerala have gone all over the world. And people started slowly coming down. And, you know, our friends from the north, you know, Sandeep is here, Homa Mistry is there, Deepak is there. So many people have started sending their tourists to Kerala. With available hotels like KTDC and some of the hotels like Casino Group and Abad and all, we accommodated them and moved on. And subsequently, the demand has been more, and boutique hotels like Jose Dominic said very, very passionately, boutique hotels of 25 rooms, 30 rooms, 40 rooms or 15 rooms have come up in different destinations, and people have started going there. With all the constraints of facilities and things like that, the good thing which has happened in the Kerala tourism was the entrepreneurs, the small entrepreneurs of Kerala looked after the guests very well, extremely well, by most sincere affection and love and good food and good hospitality and good service. That is the backbone of Kerala tourism when we started it, right? And that is how the Kerala tourism has come up to this level. Then, of course, later, so many products we have seen. All the hill stations, beaches, backward. I still remember in 90s when I attended WTM London, the whole India stall was only this much, this stage. Whole India stall, nothing more. And there I have seen the India brochure where Goa, after Goa, only Kovalam, nothing else. No Tamil Nadu, no Karnataka, nothing. And Delhi, Agra, Jaipur. And then, of course, Srinagar. That's all. That is 4 or 5 destinations in the Indian brochure. And from there we built Kerala. And our first, the slogan was, you come to Kerala, Kerala is a place of body, mind and soul. We started promoting wellness, we started promoting Ayurveda, then we started promoting yoga, meditation, everything. That was a soft products at that time. From that onwards, we started today with adventure tourism. I still remember in 2000 when we started the first KTM, Sam started his adventure tourism company. And we started from there. It was a tough journey for him. because over the years we have seen he started with big adventure, tough adventure, then we changed to soft adventure because of different reasons. So he was alone for a long time, and subsequently it has come almost about 20 operators in Kerala. So like that, the houseboats have been founded by Babu Varghese, Tour India Babu Varghese. He bought a houseboat and built up, the Kattuvellam, and built up as a beautiful houseboat and started it. And today, hundreds of houseboat, Jobin is a leader of the houseboat, community. And there are so many other leaders in houseboats and beautiful houseboats in big competition. And today, conferences are taking place in houseboats. And the other day, we have been in the cruise, Nishi, cruise, they have few cruise, ships here in the backwaters of here. So like that we built up. And then today we have so many products. Look at products, weddings, film tourism, trekking, heritage tourism, Ayurveda tourism, wellness tourism, medical travel, yoga, meditation, farm tourism, agri-tourism, astro-tourism, accessible tourism. You can call it any number of tourism products in Kerala, and so many products. I'm sure all of you are aware. We had in the first KTM about 100, 125 or 150 exhibitors there at that time in Meridian. We were finding it difficult to accommodate all of them. And today we have 347 exhibitors in Kerala out of our 600 members. So it has evolved very well. But what we are going to discuss is we have come, it's just a full destination with excellent, commitment of the Kerala tourism entrepreneurs. This mart is also, because Deepak was saying, this mart is also what about the opportunity for the medium entrepreneur, the small and medium entrepreneurs to exhibit with small amounts which they can spend, but so many buyers they are getting to talk to and probably develop their business. That is the beauty of Kerala. So this is probably the only mart which is taking place in India, organized by the competitors, working together as close friends for the benefit of everyone. And that is why it has come. And Kerala Travel Mart, which we started in 2000, and which has completing 25 years, and we have really evolved and a model for the tourism growth of Kerala. And if you look at the future, I can say a few points, but I don't want to say more about it because we have speakers. They have to say about it because they have, Deepak Dabe started with us in the journey, promoted Kerala very well, extremely well, with a lot of business activity, business to Kerala, and he knows in and out of Kerala. Homa, same. And so many people, there are so many leaders are here, they all know very well, and they will all, I'm sure, contribute. Today, the current trends of Kerala tourism is responsible tourism, practices community-based tourism initiatives, eco-friendly accommodations and tour operators, cultural and heritage tourism, of course, adventure tourism, I have already said, wellness and Ayurveda, medical travel, weddings, and luxury travel and hospitality experience. If you look at the future trends, slow travel, promotion of long stay experiences, and immersion in Kerala's backwaters and traditional activities. Solo and female travel, targeting solo and female travelers by offering safe and curated wellness retreats, women-led tours, and homestay options. Homestay is a big segment as far as Kerala is concerned. Digital nomad tourism, creating co-working spaces and providing strong internet connectivity in scenic destinations in Kerala. Regenerative tourism, engaging tourists in volunteer activities like community development and so on. Ancestry tourism, curating specialized tours for Malayali diaspora and promoting the Malayali community all over the world. And digital silent retreats, offering silent retreats for self-reflection, meditation, and disconnecting from the digital world in serene settings like Kerala's backwaters and other places. And digital detox tourism, promoting off-the-grid destinations and mindfulness activities in disconnect from electronic devices. So there are several things I can say. I'm not going to expand it because I'm only a moderator. I cannot be the main speaker because we have very distinguished, very talented, and very well-experienced speakers in our stage. They will actually, reveal what is their outlook on Kerala tourism based on their experience, what is their thinking, and their suggestions and guidelines for future. Because we have to sustain this journey. We have reached this level, but now it is going to be difficult to sustain and move forward in a most different manner and ensure that the quality is maintained and the happiness and the hassle-free holidays is extended to everyone who is coming here with their world-class experiences, memorable experience to their, for their memory for their minds to keep it forever. Thank you. And with that introduction, I stop it here, and I would like to invite Deepak Dave, a great friend of mine, great friend of Kerala, great supporter of Kerala, and great friend of all of us, Managing Director of Sita Travels, to say a few things, and probably we will ask some questions to him from your side, and I also will ask some questions to him, because he would like to be questioned, and he wanted to have an interaction. He wanted to question you, and he wanted to answer for that. Okay, Deepak Dave, please give him a big hand.
Thank you, Najib. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, I'd like to congratulate KTM for another fantastic event. I think it's probably the best travel show. It has attracted, they say 1,500 buyers, if I got my count right, and over 350 overseas buyers. So congratulations and well done. It's fantastic. It is what Kerala is about. It's public-private partnership. Everybody gets together. There's no animosity. They want the state to do well, and I think that's something for all of us to learn from. So once again, congratulations. So before I start, let me tell you two stories about Kerala that are my favorite stories. The first time I came to Kerala, I met Jose and George Dominic. I never understood what they said. Jose was talking of sustainability, the future of travel, and I had absolutely no idea. I could not comprehend it. It took me a lot of thinking, and I can tell you the man was 20 years ahead of everybody else in his thinking. And since then till date, I'm a great fan of his. So please put your hands together. People, Najib already mentioned a few that are in here today, but it's people like Jose and Najib and many others in the travel business in Kerala that really put things together. And let's not also forget people like Amitabh Kant and who all Venu, Amitabh Kant, and also Suman Billa now, who's done a lot for tourism. The next story is when I came to Kerala on my honeymoon. Now, I'm still married, so don't look so surprised. I went on a houseboat, and at about 5:30 in the evening, my wife started crying. And some of you know her, including Vineet and Harpreet and all, and Sheelu. She started crying, and she's not the kind of person who would cry. And I thought, oh my God, has something gone wrong? Is the water was not choppy, the food was not bad, the scenery was perfect. That time, you didn't see 45 boats, and you were not the 46th. You were probably the only boat on the lake. So no, it was obviously the fact that we were on a honeymoon. It was a very different environment from Delhi, and the contrast, I think, was over emotion. It wasn't sadness. Thank God for that. And then we went to Lakshadweep for me to find out that my wife doesn't swim. But that was a beautiful experience too. So I have a very close connection with Kerala. I love coming back here, and I always say, a flight to Cochin and a drive to Fort, and when you land up in Fort Cochin, you're probably in heaven. It's one of the nicest spots in the country. So these are two of my, something that I wanted to share with you. I was asked to make a presentation. Something that I don't enjoy doing is PowerPoint, but Najib and the secretariat sent me, and Robin insisted I prepare a presentation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip fast through some of these charts. They just build up to what the idea is of talking about Kerala at the end. Right? That's the focus. So we'll just go through some of these trends. So they say 2019 is back. The numbers are back. Can I use a mic so I have to turn? Thanks. So from our point of view, international travel is back to the 2019 levels, which is which is good news for everybody. In fact, India, as you know, 2018-19 was the best year. Um, sorry, did I get that right? Yeah. Just a few key trends I just thought I'd share with you. This presentation will be with the Secretariat. They're welcome to send it out if the members do so like. So digital dominance is there in trip planning. So as we all know, social media channels are outstripping e-newsletters and podcasts and websites. These are today at 82%. This is all research done by a very good company called Skift from their annual report. The other point that comes up very interesting, and this is something for you all to think about as businesses and also as state tourism and national tourism, photos, reviews and testimonials are actually the most, and videos play a critical role in the travel content. Now here is something that we should all think about. Consumers are hungry for more sustainable options. And if you notice on the right side of the graph, you will see that there is neutral, they strongly agree and somewhat agree. And this part is something that's really key for us to look at and to plan products and services in the future. Young travelers who are going to be your customers. Come, chef. No, please. So young travelers who are going to be your clients in the next 10 to 15 years, let's say, who probably are not traveling here but would be here in the next 10 to 15 years, they show great concern for community and climate. And all of this, when you're thinking of this, think of Kerala or your business, or India or your business. I found this fascinating. Europe is expected to be the largest market for carbon offset. So 31% growth in carbon offsets. Think about it, that's humongous. Huh? It's going to be growing at a CAGR of 31%. That's faster than most businesses. Wellness tourism is going to be, we all know about it. Now here, please, let's be careful. This is not Ayurveda. This is wellness tourism. And there is a lesson in this also for Kerala. 175% people spend more money, and I'm sure you've seen this in Kerala. This is nothing new for you. A domestic tourist in Kerala would probably spend 175% more than an international tourist. And the same for a domestic holiday, he would spend 175% more for a wellness holiday. And the same goes for the international tourist. There's 41% more money being spent. There is an underlying statement here. Wellness is the key word, not just Ayurveda. Also, wellness tourism is said to quadruple by 2027. So just look at that. There is a 17% CAGR growth from 2022 on. I don't have the 23 numbers in this, but if you look at the growth, it's 17%. And how well Kerala did it over the years. It's amazing. The next big thing is going to be customer service. You know, we were privileged, we were lucky, we were blessed to have the best service in India. But over a period of time, service standards have started going down in hotels. We are finding it difficult to find people in all services, whether it's airlines, hotels. We have to acknowledge that this is a challenge because people are either going overseas for better jobs or finding good trained people is very difficult. Go anywhere, you feel this. But here, what we have to be very careful about is that the customer experience is going to be crucial in travel. And we'll have to work on this, whichever way you want to address it, whether it is training people better, whether it is the government getting involved, any sort of skill development, this will have to be done. Sorry. The next big, and it's not a trend, but it's something that's worth looking at, is the experiential travel boon. It's $1 billion business which talks about live events, nature and adventure, and okay, gambling doesn't work here, but A and B, if you look at, it's a booming market and it's projected to be 3.1 trillion by next year itself. If they get this right, plus minus, even if you go to 2.75 billion, it's humongous. And again, states like Kerala or destinations like India can do amazing work with this. again, the future customer, and as you wanted something to be said about the future customer, the younger generation is going to spend more, their priority is more on experiential travel than luxury. So we all have to think about what our offering shall be in the future. They are not just going to go and spend $600 or $800, $1,000 in a hotel. They are actually going to research experiential travel. They're going to worry about what they're going to learn, what they're going to see, what they're going to do. And of course, last but not the least, I put down a slide on artificial intelligence. I don't need to tell you about this. There are 4 key drivers in travel. It'll help efficiencies in development, customer support, reputation management, and performance advertising. We all know it's here. It's not going to have a negative impact. I think it's going to only have a positive impact on travel. And whoever can and should adapt and adopt to AI, they're going to definitely benefit in the future. The last point, the last 1 or 2 slides I'm going to talk about where the trends are. The family travel dominates the market. This is very interesting. This is worldwide, the numbers, not for India. But at some stage, we probably need to think about what we as a destination can offer families. And they look here, just look at the first 2 bars. Where do they want to go? Beach, small town and countryside, and amusement and theme parks we can forget about. But the first 2, for a state like Kerala, the beach and the small town / countryside is ideally made for family travel. Also, I found this fascinating. I was not, till I looked at this slide and read a little bit about it, I couldn't believe the surge that is happening in solo travel. Whereas we thought, okay, you know, after COVID, people want to travel with family, travel as groups. But there is a surge in solo travel. And again, please have a look at the first bit. Small town and countryside is where 26% of the solo travelers want to go, 16% to beach, and the rest, all of it we have except obviously, you know, not that much with natural park. Well, we have national parks out here, but I'm just saying from a Kerala perspective, if you look at all of these criteria, there is a great opportunity. Of course, the MICE business, I don't need to talk about it. Kerala should look at how they can take on the MICE business. Please don't get focused only on weddings. It's an obsession with hoteliers. But I think the good news here is you can't drink after 9 o'clock and everything shuts down. So I think weddings won't, at least Punjabi weddings won't come to Kerala because they only start drinking at 9 and they stop at 6 in the morning. So that's the good news. You'll have peace, calm, and you know it'll be easy to promote this destination. But so just to give you the 5 takeaways, we spoke about sustainability, wellness, which is a great business opportunity, has obviously been an opportunity in Kerala, but we can talk about it. Efficiency and personalization is what is going to be most important going forward. Travelers will prioritize experiential travel. We've spoken a lot about it. But the point is not just speaking about it. What are you going to give them to experiential travel over the next 5 to 7 years? That is something that you have to see. And with that, I'll stop because I have something on Kerala tourism to provoke your mind. Either I do it now, Najib, or I do it later. Whatever works for you.
No, you can do it now.
Okay.
Because I'm waiting for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be real quick. I hope I haven't put you all to sleep. I hate... Yeah, just let me finish, and then you can say whatever you want to me. There's no problem. Okay, so there was just a little, sorry for the design change, but there was just a little thought. What should Kerala be? Bed and breakfast, homestay, Ayurveda? I think it should be, we should focus on staying, but experiences, bed and experiences. What should you do? What should you do? Why don't you have a jazz festival every year? Why can't we institutionalize it? Why can't we have art? Why can't we have the best international culinary 2 weeks out here? Why can't we get the best jazz musicians to come in and it should be an annual feature. It should be in people's calendars. Why can't you do music from around the world? Why can't we do art? Why can't we get artists here for 2 weeks? Yes, Bainale has been spoken about, great success, not happening this year, but that's a different story. But I just brought up one idea because I think there are 52 weeks in the year. People have to come and spend a minimum of 1 week in Kerala. That should be the agenda of Kerala tourism. How do I get 7 days out of 365 days, 1 week out of 52 for people to come to Kerala on holiday, whether it is to eat, whether it's art, whether it's culture, whether it's nature, whatever it may be. 1 week of your life has to be spent here, domestic or international. Like I said, why can't it be the food and wine capital? Now, here you have a problem. You have to get your government to understand that wine is an important and integral part of tourism. So they have to allow import. They have to allow import of food, and have probably, and Chef will speak more about it, I'm sure. But there are great opportunities out here, and it should become. There is in Spain. There are people who fly to different parts of Spain and Portugal just to eat and drink. They go for a week just for a culinary tour. San Sebastian, tourism lives on food. So another thing that I thought, which I leave a thought with you and provoke your government people. You have 14 districts, if I'm not wrong, unless they made 15 by now, since my research. They're 14. 14 new tourism destinations should be created. Within a challenge should be given to the district commissioners, find new tourism products. And that's how you'll spread the tourism growth all over the place. Otherwise, you'll be left just doing something. See, imagine a coastal train where you are staying in Trivandrum, you have lunch in Fort Cochin and go back. Or you go from Cochin to the north and come back. You can stay wherever. It's a small state. It's so easy to do. There is a coastal train line. Why can't there be a product that encourages people to come and stay longer but travel from one place? These are all just thoughts. Maybe I'm totally speaking, over my head and this is not possible, but we just thought, why can't we do something like this? For me, it should be a lifestyle destination. It should not be known for only Ayurveda or pool villas or whatever. It has to change. It has to change now. It has to be a lifestyle destination. With that, I'm not going to take any more of your time. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Deepak, thank you very much. Probably we'll ask the questions later, because let others also speak, but come. Yeah. And very good insights with your experience and knowledge which we have got. And good suggestions also have come from Deepak. You can question later. Okay, thank you very much, Deepak. Once again, I invite Sam, Calypso Adventure, who is actually the founder of adventure tourism in Kerala. Okay, please listen to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and adventure enthusiasts, good evening. When we talk about any kind of tourism in Kerala, one name keeps popping up, whether it is Deepak Deva or whether it is Najib or anybody else. One name keeps popping up, and I'm going to talk about that particular name before I start my presentation. There was no adventure tourism in Kerala in the pre-2000s. So probably the first time somebody talked about was in 1995, when I made a telephone call to the Casino Hotel. And I said, can I speak to Mr. Jose Dominic? I didn't know Jose Dominic then. So can I speak to Mr. Jose Dominic? And one thing about Casino Hotels or Casino Group is that they don't ask questions. Who is your father? Who is your mother? Where are you from? Nothing. You said you want to speak to somebody, next thing they do is they connect you to that person. So I spoke to Mr. Jose Dominic. And I said, sir, I'm Commander Samuel. Can I come and meet you? So he said, sure. So he gave me a time and date, or it was the next day actually. The next day I walk across to Casino Hotel and I meet up with Jose Dominic. So introduced myself and he said, yes, what is it about? Now what you see there is just the pictures flashing, so it is not a PowerPoint presentation as such. It's some adventure activity presentation will keep going on. So Mr. Doblik asked me, what is it about? And I said, I want to start a live-aboard diving facility off the Lakshadweep. And I want the casino group to support me. So he said, very good idea. We talked about it. The next thing he asked me is, have you left the Navy? I said, no. He said, have you bought the ship or the boat? I said, no. He said, do both. Leave the Navy, buy the boat, and then we'll talk again. So it was 5 years later, in 2000, I met him again, and I said, no, I've left the Navy. I haven't bought the boat, but I'm starting an adventure tourism company. So that is where it all started. So till the end of the last millennium, in spite of a huge potential, there was no adventure tourism in Kerala. Then two naval officers, one a pilot, that's me, and my business partner Thomas Zacharias, Commander Thomas Zacharias, we decided to start an adventure company in Kerala. Now, we hung up our uniforms in spite of people laughing at us, people saying it was a foolish idea. We went ahead and started this company called Calypso Adventures. That perhaps was the first adventure tourism company in Kerala. Till then, adventure meant adventure in the Himalayas. You know, trekking, whitewater rafting, all kinds of things in the Himalayas. So we started with a tagline, and we called it Adventure Beyond the Himalayas. So Calypso Adventures started operation. Our problem was we didn't have any guides, and there were no qualified guides available in the state. The only possibility was to get some qualified guides from the north, but that was not really a viable idea because our capital, we started the company with a capital of 1 lakh rupees, 100,000 rupees. So there was, hardly any money there for hiring guides from the north. So we picked up two guys literally from the streets, youngsters. We said, you're going to be adventure guides and we will train you. So over the next few months or actually years, we trained them in adventure activities. We trained them in safety aspects. We taught them English and we made them into guides. Now, the next problem was we didn't have a template to follow. First of all, we didn't have any idea about starting a company. And we didn't have any there was no adventure company in Kerala, so we couldn't follow a template. So we made our own template. We formed our own safety guidelines. And we formed our own SOPs. And we were in action. It took over 1 year to get our first client. That is a name that we'll never forget. It was Dr. Page, just went through a separation from his wife, a divorce from his wife, and he came to us for a trekking expedition. He was our first guide, thanks to a company called Kerala Connections and Dinah Sirat, whom I met during the first KTM. So that went out well. He was happy, we were happy, but nothing else happened after that. 3 years passed, there were hardly any business, and we were wondering what to do. My partner was telling me, now you go start flying for commercial, make your this thing, forget about Calypso Adventures. And I said, no. We are obstinate. We started something, and I'm not going to leave. So it was in the year 4 that things turned around. They say that, fortune favors the brave. Actually, I would say the fortune favors the foolish. Because we were foolish in going through this 3-4 years of trying to be adventure tour operators. But year 4 saw business turning around and the graph started going up. The last few years of hard work was finally paying off, and the graph was showing a gradual but steady climb. Till, of course, when COVID hit and brought all of us down to Mother Earth. But we are back again in post-COVID, and things are looking good. So, from that time onwards, we introduced a lot of new activities that you've seen on the screen here. We started, trekking, of course, was the first activity. We started cycling across Kerala. We offered 14 days of cycling in Kerala. We started handling small groups, FITs, small groups, medium groups, and big groups. And by big groups, I mean 100 plus cyclists on the Kerala roads. Then we went to Rajasthan, we did cycling there. So soon enough, we were operating literally all over India, definitely lots in South India. So that was the beginning of adventure. In the years that followed, there were not too many people who started adventure company. I think a few years later, the first company that started after that was Muddy Boots, Pradeep Moti here. And slowly, over the years, things started changing and more people started coming into adventure. Today, there are 20, 25 plus people who are doing adventure who have come in and introduced very new items besides the one that I have spoken about. We have now zipline. Pradeep does ziplining across the state. There's so many others too who do ziplining in a very safe and professional manner. We have scuba diving in Kovalam. We have surfing in Kovalam. We have paragliding in Varkala and Vagaman. And so there are so many things that developed over the next few years. The government finally recognized the potential, and the government started a society called the Kerala Adventure Tourism Promotion Society. Now, KTPS looks after the interests of adventure tour operators, moderates them, trains them, does all kinds of things. And Kerala today conducts 2 international events. One is the Malabar Kayaking Festival at Chalipura in Kozhikode and the International Paragliding Festival at Vagaman. This has become very famous, and there are a lot of people from across the world who come to attend this. Now, the changing landscape of global tourism. So by the turn of the millennium, people started looking for active holidays. They were leisure holidays was passé, and there was a large number of people who were looking for active holidays. And the shift actually went on to experiential travel, which placed emphasis on adventure, authenticity, and physical engagement with nature and culture. And Kerala had all of this in plenty. The increased demand for these kinds of experiences coincided with the rising awareness of environmental conservation, ecotourism, and sustainability. Now, these are all fancy words that came in, in the early 2000s. But the fact is that Kerala already had them. We never named it as responsible tourism or ecotourism, but Kerala was already following all the principles of responsible tourism and ecotourism. Now, let's look at what makes Kerala an ideal destination for soft adventure. Now, we are not the Himalayas. We don't have very, very tough activities to offer to the people. But we have plenty of activities of a softer nature, which is accessible to ordinary people. It is, you don't have to be a mountaineer to do a trekking in Kerala or, climbing the Mishipulmala. You don't have to be really an hardcore adventurer. We had activities which was available to literally everybody. When we started cycling in 2003, 2004, there were hardly anybody cycling on the Kerala roads, except for our people who, we didn't even have cycles. We had to import cycles. But today, you see, there are hundreds of people who are doing cycling 60, 100 kilometers every day in Kerala,
Sam,
in
2
fact,
minutes.
across India.
2 more minutes, sir. 2 more minutes.
Yeah, I finished. And, okay, I'm fast forwarding a little bit. So, how does adventure tourism impact the local communities? Adventure tourism has a positive impact on the local communities in Kerala. It has opened up new avenues of employment with local guides, instructors, and hospitality providers playing key roles in the industry. Moreover, by promoting eco-friendly tourism, Kerala's adventure tourism sector has encouraged local communities to preserve their natural surroundings, creating a win-win situation for both travelers and residents. In closing, I would say thank you very much for your attention, and I hope this exploration of Kerala's adventure tourism journey inspires you to discover more of what this incredible state has to offer. Let's continue to celebrate and promote adventure tourism in ways that benefit both the travelers and the environment, ensuring that Kerala remains a top destination for adventure for generations to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Commander Sam. Thank you very much for explaining your journey very well. And I know that we all know that it was a very tough journey, but you have been successful. It's a great thing, very great satisfaction. Our next speaker is Chef Siddiq Mohammed. He has got 40 years of, please give me a minute, 40 years of experience in the field of hospitality industry and culinary field. And he has spent about 22 years in the Taj group of hotels. And, then he worked in various countries, Singapore, Cape Town, UAE, Paris, all the places, South Africa, South France and everything. And also he has been in charge of many celebrity caterings, including prime ministers, presidents, musicians, artists. And the latest being the Grand Ambani's wedding. What else you want? And Chef Siddiq, please give me a warm welcome.
Good afternoon, all. Apologies in the beginning for two things. One is for coming late and can't hear. Now? Okay. I said good afternoon. And I seek apologies for two things in advance. One is for coming late. And second one, I'm a cook by birth. And I'm not going to be so much of a speaker. So pardon me for my inefficiency in speaking. Okay, now the topic for the day is food tourism or tourism of Kerala through the eyes of a chef or through food and cuisine. Okay, now I've divided the presentation into three parts, whereby we're going to look at what we actually have and how we got what we got and how it happened. So some part of the history and currently what are we doing with what we have, which is the second part. And the third part is what we should be doing. Now the third part obviously is a very large section. So I've just jotted some 10 to 12 points, but there are many more that we can do. While the previous speaker was talking about something, there were many more ideas getting generated in my brain. So it's just a small 10, 12 action plan or the way forwards, but there can be many more. So we'll start. Okay. So, so Kerala by itself is a combination of all this. We didn't work for this, but we already have it. And so it's a land of everything in one. So we have backwaters, we have sea, we have hills, we have mountains, we have food, we have culture. We have inherited all this. Okay. How much of it is some part we have taken it for granted so that we have not really made use of it. You know, and each of these things that you see in the picture has contributed to food. Let it be the sea, gave us the seafood. Let it be the backwater, the spices, the herbs, the flavors, the scent, everything. Let it be the backwater, again freshwater fish, backwater tourism, great opportunity to sell food, and any one of these that you take. You see the mountains, cardamom, pepper, cinnamon, cloves, all of it. So we have born in a state which gave us all this like a package, like a given. We also have, I mentioned this, we also have all these spices in abundance. To such an extent, because of these culprits, we also had a lot of people who looted us. People who came here to buy this and sell it and take it away from us, we got looted. But in the process, which we'll explain. So what happened is this. So we had all these guys coming into the country, into the state from Vasco da Gama downwards, and which had the Portuguese, which had the Persians and the Arab, and the Chinese, and the European, and of course the Brits at the end, who influenced our cuisine. So why I'm talking about this is that they have, let's say if you go to the northern part of Kerala, they are highly, that cuisine, that food is very highly influenced by all these guys put together. There is Chinese influence, there is Portuguese influence. If you eat the Malabari, the Mopla biryani, you will immediately know it is more sweet in nature. They use a particular kind of a garam masala which is sweet because they use more of fennel and cinnamon and nutmeg and maize. So all these guys who came contributed to our cuisine. Okay, now this is what we inherited, or this is what we got through the foreigners who came to our country, for our state, for different purposes. Now next, if you look at Kerala, Kerala very clearly has three plus one part, I would say. I'm talking about the cuisine. When it comes to food, Kerala has very clearly, can be differentiated into three parts, which is the North Kerala, Central Kerala, and South Kerala. This is when you talk about the cuisine and the food. Now, North Kerala, we call it the Moplas or the Malabari food. Now, I don't have to, if I have to name, they have very specific, very characteristic food, starting from their biryanis, their patharis, their meen molagattadu, their koli narachadu, aadu narachadu. There are many food which is completely influenced by those five people who traveled for food and trade and all that. And when you come to Central Kerala, it is predominantly Syrian Christian cuisine, which is more spicy, which has got meen vevichadu, meen pettichadu, beef alarthiyadu, all those kinds come from the central part of Kerala, which is the Syrian Christian food. And South Kerala, I'm not able to really tell you, okay, this is what is only from South Kerala, but it's a blend, and I think it's most towards Hindu kind of vegetarian meal, say if you take Koilon or a Trivandrum of that kind. So there are very clearly three parts. The Kerala can be divided into three sections when it comes to food. Then there are also these little pockets. If you take Kannur, they have a very little different kind of a food than the Mopla, than the Talasheri food. If you take Thrissur, Palgad area, it is a little more different, mostly vegetarian. The way the payasam or the way the avial is made in Thrissur. Sorry, I'm using some Malayali dish example, assuming that everybody is aware of these common names. You know, you go through these kind of things, they have food which is a little more particular, little more specific, which has a little bit different character than the rest of the things. So that's why the fourth category. Now, going further, Kerala food can also be divided. So that was a geographical division. Now, if you look at it, Kerala food also can be divided into very clearly Christian food, Muslim food, and Hindu food. I'm not talking religion here, but the food can be, because there is very clearly Muslim food, there is very clearly Christian-centered food and Hindu food. So, to give you an example, well, I'm a Muslim, but I don't make, typically I don't make sadhya at home, but I make a biryani at home. So if you go towards Pala, KTM, that side, there is mean vevichadu, tapioca being used, kappa vevichadu, kappa molagad. So all these, so Kerala also has these kind of things. So there is a division. What I said is there is a geographical division, and then there is a region-based division. Now, so that's what we have. So we already have all this. Now, currently, what are we doing with it? So we have these things existing. So I'll actually go from down first. There are, if you look at it now, there are some specific restaurants specializing in Kerala food. It is available. Okay? They come in very different formats, very different names. They're not very focused on what they're able to sell, but they are existing. Say, for example, we have a Madhuchetan's Meengada here. Okay? So, everybody goes to his place to eat fresh seafood. People travel from all around the world. We go to a Paragon to eat their chemmi murichadu or a biryani. You know, so there are specific. We go to Grand to have the curry. So there are these restaurants existing currently. Now, we also have certain hotels, credit goes to Casino again, who are knowingly, purposefully promoting Kerala food. You go to any of their resorts, they very proudly say that we serve, and their buffets have got very, very good, clean, neat, original, authentic Kerala food. But that's very less. They have just one among the few. And we currently are also influenced with this Arabic food. So most of the restaurants, so you get a alfam which is Kandari flavored. So we have come to a stage, you go to buy an alfam, they tell you want green, yellow, blue, white, red, it's become like that. So we are a little bit influenced also in certain way. Now, the toddy shops, they are a very traditional thing, very good food, a very good experience to go through, but they are there. But are we making use of them in the right fashion? We are not. Surprisingly, the toddy shops have now become a family restaurants. They're not, there is toddy shops are not some place where people go to get drunk or go only to have a toddy. Families are going. So like if you go to Mullapandal, there are air-conditioned rooms where the families can go and have a nice meal along with the toddy or without the toddy. Second is these Tattugadas, which are, some of them, if you go to Panambali Nagar in the evening, you'll be surprised, the restaurants all put together versus the Tattugadas must be doing better business. Because they're cleaner, they're fresher, they're available, you see what they're cooking. So that is also currently existing. Now, these Mahi-influenced Malabari restaurants where they were the path breakers. So they came to Kerala, or they started existing from Talasheri, Calicut side, and then they came to Cochin and Kottayam and Trivandrum and all that. So they were the pioneers in this restaurant business and who specialized at least in their food. But they were basically combinations of a cafe and a restaurant, like a resto cafe kind of a concept. So this is what we are currently doing. This is what we have. Now let's see what we can actually do. So the first point, I strongly feel instead of doing a very haphazard, okay, we have all this, we know a little bit of this, we must get into a very structured mode of operandi, whereby we need to first create a very clear culinary guide of Kerala. So you can use the regional specifications, you can use the religion-based specification and the knowledge hub that we have, and create a very clear culinary path in the state so that it can be sold, it can be marketed to the outside world. Yes, some of them will be knowing, some of us know, some of the outsiders also know, but it is not done in a very structured way. So that's point number one. Point number two is, this thoughts of mine a little haphazard, it's not in a structured way. So food streets. So we do not have, suppose I've come to a particular, I've come to Kerala or I've come to Cochin. I must have a place where I can go and experience Kerala food. There are many across the world, there are places where there are food streets. People go to that particular street only to have food. So we can create that in very clearly defined specific locations. Thirdly, encouraging more authentic eateries. When I say more authentic eateries, I should be able to say, okay, I've come from so and so place, I've come to Cochin. Where do I go to eat Syrian Christian meal? Or where do I go to eat a typical Mopla Malabar food? So those kind of eateries can be created because we have abundance of recipes. We have there is no shortage for recipes, not shortage for dishes, just that we need to dig them out and put them in a structured format and sell it to the public. Next will be promoting location-specific food. Say, for example, I consult these days and I consult for few hotel groups. So I say that if you are located in Wayanad, why don't we promote Wayanad cuisine? Instead of doing a butter chicken masala and instead of doing a tenderloin steak, or, okay, at the most we are doing a Kerala Nadan Kozhikari and a Meen Pollichadu, do location. If you are in Wayanad or if you are in Munnar, find out what is the local cuisine there. Use the right method and then promote that in that particular location. Showcasing festival cuisine. We are very known for our festivals. We have Onam, we have Vishu, we have Christmas, we have, Christmas everybody has. We have Ramzan and Bakrid and all that. And if you look at, study these things in detail, everything has a specific set of food that is produced at home. So that can be also promoted. So like an Oktoberfest or a Tomatina in Italy, we can also have very specifically defined time period where promoting a particular kind of food. Like an Oktoberfest, we can have a Toddy month where we are promoting Toddy and related food. Exploring border cuisine or ethnic cuisine. So because Kerala has got borders to Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So I've seen, since I did some work on this, I can very authoritatively say, there is very clearly something called a border cuisine, which is a blend of us and them. Say, for example, there is a blend cuisine between Kerala and Karnataka. There is a blend cuisine between Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Explore those kind of new things which can be studied, implemented and marketed. Ethnic cuisines is, say for example, there is a dying cuisine in front of us which is called the Anglo-Indian food, which is highly influenced by the Dutch and the British. And there is a cuisine, if you can actually handpick, if you go sit with one of the grandmothers in Fort Cochin, she will be able to rattle out at least 10-15 dishes, which are very specifically Anglo-Indian, which is also a blend of spices between Kerala and the influencers. So we can, and everywhere there is this cuisine. Even I used to be the head chef at Taj Calicut. I remember going to my friends' houses, sitting with their grandmothers and the maids who produce food. There are million dishes which we don't even know. And these are all going to die off with that generation. So we need to get somebody to study this, keep those recipes and become an expert so that we have another 1,000 more dishes to sell. Documenting, this is part of the same. Incorporating culinary experience into tourism. I don't think we really cash in on what we have. We already have a lot of stuff. We can actually create more of that stuff. But how much of importance is given to a culinary tourism or a tourism based on food? Like the other countries, I don't remember that, or I don't think that we actually do what actually we can do. He was talking about a train. So similarly, see, now we have started with the metro. Water metro can also be used as a culinary thing. There can be one particular metro which is traveling across the backwaters only for food, like the way he mentioned about the train. So there are hundreds of opportunities. It's just that we don't even make use of 20% of what we actually have. Reviving lost cuisines is similar to the Anglo-Indian and the rest of the stuff I said. And promoting traditional homes for personal dining. There are some people doing this. Like Mr. Musa, he used to do this. His wife, I don't hear about him now these days. there was some few ladies who were doing. So there is a huge opportunity because we have so much to talk about and we have so much to offer. But unfortunately, we are not, maybe the government, the department, the government needs to support these kind of activities, allow people to structure it and sell it. Like he rightly mentioned, if the bars start at 9:30, 10:30, the waiters are sitting on your neck saying, last order, I wonder what will happen. So it is the same case with the food. So there is a lot can be done, but of course we will require support and a focused activity. And he had already mentioned about Ayurveda cuisine. Last month, I went to a place and I was there for 10 days in an Ayurveda retreat. And it's an amazing experience. So the variety that can be created, okay, it's like a medical tourism, but then the variety that can be created with Ayurveda, the cuisine, it can be sold because it's an amazing science and we don't cash in on it. So similar to Ayurveda, I'm sure there are many more medical related cuisines that can be developed too, because we have a lot of other methods. Okay, so these are some of my thoughts. I leave it to you to think more. And my only condition here is that since I've spoken so much, let's think about it in detail. Let's try and make use of what is available and make complete use of it and come out with better and bigger plans. There is just one more. So God's own country is already there. So let's also make God's own cuisine. All right? Thank you. Thank you for the patience.
So that was wonderful, right? Excellent presentations by all three of them. Very good knowledge sharing, experience sharing, right? Agreed? We give them a big hand. Should I add anything? I'm sure no need, right? I'm sure no need because they have explained it very well. You know, Deepak Dave, with 35 years of experience of Kerala tourism, I think he has more experience in travel and tourism. He made it beautifully well and, you know, very good suggestions by him, including a coastal train. And now Chef Siddiq is taking us a coastal food train. So look at the way they have been presenting it. Outstanding. It's excellent. I think, you know, really from the heart I'm saying, it was a good learning for all of us. I have learned first thing from her. What's your good name? Rilaya said, when I said there is nothing except nature, culture and cuisine, she said, no, that's everything. So that is a good learning for me to start with. And that is what finally Chef Siddiq presented, explaining that, you know, different locations and different locational food habits and food tastes and food divisions, and reaching from Hindu food, Christian food and Muslim food and North Kerala foods, you know, Central Travancore food and Travancore food. So, beautiful story, beautiful story. So, God's own country reached God's own cuisine. Amazing story. Along with that, Sam had explained his, you know, adventure journey very well. So, it's a good learning experience for all of you. You can do anything you want in Kerala, and the entire travel trade community is there to support you. I'm not going to explain anything more because we have 15 minutes for you to ask sharp questions to all three of them. You know, grill them, don't leave them. They said something, don't leave them. Ask questions. I will ask Homa Bistri to start with. Yeah, come on. Either Homa Bistri or Sandeep. Come on. Give the mic.
My question is for Mr. Deva.
Explain, introduce yourself, let people know.
My name is Rohit Hankal from Sphere Travel Media. Question is for Mr. Deva. What do you think the future of inbound tourism is into one to Kerala and one to India, especially sectors? One of them, I was speaking to one of the travel agents, it's a good time because a lot of traffic has been diverted from the Middle East to India. Is it a good problem to have, or what do you see the future in the next couple of years? Where do you see inbound travel? Because also there are a lot of complaints from hotels across. Hotels are not giving rates for inbound travel agents because of the wedding market taking over. So what are your views on that? A couple of questions for you.
So I leave the question about the hotels and travel agents. that I think is a topic that's been spoken enough about. Let's not discuss that. I think you make a good point in the beginning. The question you ask. You see, as far as India is concerned, in my view, and I'll be very candid, this is the greatest opportunity we have lost in the last 12 months, and if we go on like this in the next 12 months. The government of India is not spending money on marketing budget. It was 3 crores and now it's some 27 crores. In 27 crores, you can't even promote Cochin. Forget about a country. So I think they need to make up their mind if they're going to spend this money or not spend this money. So it's not in your or my hand or anybody else's hand. It's in the hands of the government of India, because their job is to promote and create demand. Our job is to deliver the services and have the guests go back happy, right? So that's as far as the question with regard to the opportunity loss. You speak about the Middle East. You know, the opportunity is also from China. China used to have before COVID, China had 60 million tourists going into China. Today they probably don't even have maybe 10 or 15 million. 3 times our size, but still. Where are those people going? Are they going to Vietnam? Are they going to Cambodia? Are they going to the Philippines? Are they going to Latin America? We don't know. I can tell you one thing, many of them are going to go to Sri Lanka. And that is something that we all better be careful about, and especially Kerala. Because Kerala inbound tourism is definitely going to be impacted by competition from Sri Lanka. And they are ramping it up. Just yesterday they got the online visa going. They've allowed import of vehicles. They are slowly coming out of their shell. And Sri Lanka is going to do extremely well. So opportunity is definitely lost between China and the Middle East. And these wars are not going to get sorted out so fast in the Middle East. So yeah, the next year is critical. Should we go out and promote India? That's the only way.
Next one, yeah, please give the mic.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. My name is Claire. I'm from Switzerland, promoting India for almost 10 years. Only India, by heart, because I'm originally not a travel agent. First of all, I'm a mother of 4 children between the age of 22 and 27. And yes, I traveled more than around 50 times to India during these past 9 years. All over India. I covered more than half of your 28 states. So I can say I know a little bit about your country.
Great, thank you.
Now, I would like to react to what Sir Deepak said about, you said something is lost. Nothing is lost, never, if I may say. It depends on how committed we are, how strongly rooted we are with our vision, with our direction. And I believe that India, yes, has a lot to offer, for sure. It's so rich on many aspects. But if I may say, for me, the main thing, if in 2 words I have to say why India, why we choose India, it's because your culture and spirituality are one. Now, this idea of oneness is very important, because we are now, and you might agree or not, this is your decision, we are assisting to a big shift on this planet. It's maybe difficult to see clearly from where we are, but obviously we are part of something big, bigger than what we think. This idea of oneness connects us with the source, okay? So we all have a divine part within. And this is, for me, a starting point, because once we realize that, we will automatically maintain the ego. Ego is guiding us sometimes where we don't want to go. We run after money, we run after recognition, we run after things which are not really, they are belonging to the world of Maya, illusion. All this is illusion. But we have also real values, deep values, who we are. And I believe that we should continue to stick to that, to believe in that. Culture, spirituality, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, nature. Who we are, I mean, with our backgrounds, our roots. If we stick to, we stick to that, and we continue with a precise idea, a direction, we have nothing to fear about. To fear about. We can go ahead with serenity, calmness, and strength. So we should not maybe again copy paste with anyone. Just stay who you are. Remain who you are. India has a lot to offer. Kerala has a lot to offer. And just go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Absolutely. It's a good motivation from your side for us to move forward very strongly. Thank you very much. Yeah.
My name is Anup from Eventex. The question to the chef. Chef, you are a part of the Ambani, the biggest wedding. Ambani wedding, you are the part of it, right? In the introduction. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, but I didn't. Part of what? Introduction.
No. The Ambani wedding, you are part of it, right? So, how was your experience and success stories? If you can brief it a little bit, and how we can take a small weddings to the little Ambani wedding experience in your eyes, so that we can make the little bigger bill. That's guide us.
Okay. So, first thing first. Ambani wedding at the moment, anyway, I don't think it is something that can be compared to, because it was like a unbelievable dream, if you ask me. So I was involved in one dinner on a Saturday evening. So we went. I mean, I'll tell you what happened. So the team reached on Friday, and so we were cooking at different locations, and the food was all chilled, frozen, and then brought to the wedding venue on Saturday morning, and Saturday dinner was a function. So, see the kind of organizing that they've done. There were not even a minute or one mistake that you could point out. So that's one thing that I noticed. So everything was so meticulously planned, and to such an extent you will even think that, oh, is this possible in India? That's what happened. So the wedding thing happened in that convention center, the new one?
Geo Convention
Center. So we were allowed inside only if you had a particular kind of a badge. I mean, I said, if I don't go, then you don't get food. But no, nothing. But from there, the moment you entered, your camera was stuck with the tape. And if you remove the tape, you get a kind of a thing on the tape so that they know that if you have removed it to take a picture, they can confiscate your phone. From there, it was strict. And so clearly, the kitchens were divided. They had all the facilities and the way they've decorated the hall. So every day, they had, I think, 3 or 4 of those kind of sessions, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday sessions. So every day after the functions got over very late, because every function had a kind of some kind of a program, and dancing and drinking and all that. So, and overnight they changed the entire setup of 2 halls, which were like some 2 lakh square feet. It was that meticulous. So yeah, now we need to get to that level. And money is the counting factor, I guess, if you have the money. Yeah. But since you brought this topic, see this tourism, the wedding destination, that vertical of business, with our kind of food and our kind of locations, we should be nothing lower than any other state in the country or any other. See, even now I don't understand, why do we go to Switzerland? Alleppey has better canals. It's just that it is dirty. Why do we go to some other place saying snow? There is nothing like a Munnar. We have Wayanad and Munnar and Kovalam and all that. See, I was in Soma, that I didn't mention the name earlier. I was in Somathiram, that resort for 10 days treatment. Not treatment, for what a place. Every day you wake up to the sound of the sea. Every day you look at the sea. When you are right there. So we have everything. Like she said, we somehow either ignore it or don't realize what we have. And then, of course, all the other pressures put together. So Kerala has all the potential to become a tourism destination. Hardware-wise and infrastructure-wise, and of course planning-wise, and rest of the things-wise, if you are able to, we will be able to do it, according to me. So Ambani wedding was on a very different level. I mean, I saw it only for 2 days. I heard that the rest of the things were even bigger when they went on a cruise line and all that.
Thank you.
Any other question? Homa? Sure. Sandeep? Any questions? No. Okay. So, once again, I would like to thank the panelists for their commitment to tourism to Kerala and their presentations and their experience sharing. Thank you very much from my part. And I leave it to Nirmala to say the final honors.
Thank you very much. As we conclude this enlightening session, I would like to express my deepest appreciation to our distinguished panelists for their candid sharing, expert analysis, and engaging dialogues. Your contributions have significantly enhanced our knowledge and fostered a deeper understanding the topic. And we are grateful to your time, wisdom, and participation. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to hand over a memento to you. I would invite Chairman and the moderator, please.
I now request Mr. Chandrasekhar, please come to the, Venkatesh to please come to the stage. He's the Director Tourism, Government of India. We'll have the lucky draw after the mementos are presented.
Chairman, with your permission, today one person really inspired all of us, given tips, and then 50 times to India, all the way from Switzerland. May I request Madam Clarion to come to the stage? And I request... Thank you so much. And without your support, this would not have been successful. So there is something for you, all of you as well. Let's see who all are going to be the lucky winners today. Yeah. Take.
Again, Casino Group. Siddharth Dominic.
Siddharth Dominic.
Yeah. Siddharth.
Wow. Petrol Resort, Wayanad. 2 nights and 3 days.
Siddharth.
Yeah, he has already got one. Now Mr. Josh Dominic.
Jose K. Kurian, NRI Club Services.
Josh K. Kurian, yes.
Jose K. Kurian.
All season D Fort Hotel Kollam. 1 night and 2 days coupon.
Please, 4. All Kerala. Fragna Nature, Sandosh Idichara. Sandosh is here? Reflection Travel, Dr. Seetal Kumar. Oh,
Hotel Kanye Kannur, 1 night and 2 days.
yes, yes. It's in Kannur, North Malabar. One more is there, right?
Yeah, one more is there.
Last. So,
The photo and
Justin Thomas James, TCI.
yes. This is D Fort Hotel, All Seasons, Kollam. 1 night and 2 days.
Thank you, Venkatesh sir.
So that ends. Thank you very much. Please do come back tomorrow morning. We are having another session. That's a ladies panel discussion.
Thank you all so
Looking
much for
forward
your
to
presence here.
meeting all of you 11 o'clock tomorrow.